From the moment we are born, we chase after something, power, recognition, or the love we believe will make us whole. But what happens when that love is eclipsed by resentment? When admiration turns into an unquenchable thirst for more? This is the story of Michikatsu Tsugikuni, a man who sought greatness, only to be consumed by the very darkness he swore to fight. The Demon Slayer mark was a phenomenon shrouded in mystery. Michikatsu spoke to his brother about its true nature, and though no one fully understood its origins, one thing was certain: those who bore the mark gained unparalleled power in battle. The mark manifested uniquely on each slayer, appearing in various patterns on their arms, chest, or face, a testament to their enhanced abilities. However, this newfound strength came at a devastating cost. A dark pattern emerged among experienced demon slayers who had awakened the mark. Once they reached the age of 25, they began to perish mysteriously. It was as if the very power that made them formidable warriors was also their undoing. After extensive investigations, the Demon Slayer Corps concluded that the mark drained its bearer's life force, drastically shortening their lifespan. The moment it appeared, their fate was sealed. What made the mark even more peculiar was its contagious nature. If one slayer awakened it, those around them often followed. But there was one exception: Yoriichi Tsugikuni. He was different. Unlike others, he did not suffer the fatal consequences of the mark. His very presence kept others' marks active without immediate exhaustion, making him an invaluable force against the demons. His sun-breathing technique stood as the pinnacle of all fighting styles, so powerful that even demons trembled at the mere mention of his name. Michikatsu had left his family long ago after encountering his younger brother. It was Yoriichi who had saved Michikatsu and his retainers from a demon attack, an act that left a profound mark on his soul. He often meditated on that moment, the sheer helplessness he felt as death loomed over him, only for Yoriichi to appear like a divine warrior, effortlessly dispatching the threat. Instead of gratitude, Michikatsu felt an unsettling mix of admiration and resentment. No matter how hard he trained, no matter how many demons he slew, Yoriichi was always miles ahead, an unreachable force of nature. It felt as though the universe had played a cruel joke on him, gifting his brother with unmatched power while leaving him in the shadow. Determined to bridge the gap, Michikatsu pushed himself to his absolute limits. He recalled every battle, every grueling hour of training that left his bones broken and muscles torn. He swore to himself that he would surpass his brother, forcing Yoriichi to acknowledge his greatness. Meanwhile, Yoriichi dedicated himself to mentoring the Demon Slayer Corps, sharing his knowledge of the sun-breathing technique. However, no one, not a single soul, could fully replicate his style. His speed, agility, and sheer ferocity in battle were beyond human comprehension. Realizing this, Yoriichi devised a method to help others develop their own breathing styles based on their individual strengths. This approach gave birth to the now famous breathing styles of water, wind, flame, and thunder. Over time, weaker slayers who struggled to master even those techniques began developing sub-styles, further expanding the combat arsenal of the Corps. Michikatsu, unwilling to accept mediocrity, worked relentlessly to forge his own path. Eventually, he developed the moon-breathing technique, an art that rivaled sun-breathing in complexity and power. "If I cannot outshine the sun, I will eclipse it," he told himself, believing his technique was the closest anyone had come to matching Yoriichi's. Through sheer determination, he rose through the ranks, earning the prestigious title of Hashira. Now a leader among demon slayers, Michikatsu commanded his own unit, yet his brother's influence loomed over him like an unshakable shadow. While Yoriichi continued to teach, he was also secretly searching for a successor, knowing that he wouldn't be able to pass down sun-breathing forever. He understood his purpose. He was born to fight demons, and he had to ensure the next generation was strong enough to continue the battle. Though this should have been a noble mission, Michikatsu couldn't help but feel bitterness gnawing at him. His brother was preparing for the future, but where did that leave him? His time was running out. Then, the worst happened. One after another, Hashira began dying. Their marks, once symbols of strength, faded as their bodies succumbed to exhaustion. Their eyes turned a pale white, as if the very essence of life had been drained from them. Yoriichi was the first to understand the cruel truth. Those who awakened the mark were doomed to die young. The more they aged, the more their life force was drained. The Demon Slayer Corps scrambled to address this grim reality, recruiting younger warriors to extend their ranks and sustain the fight against demons. Yoriichi took the news hard. He blamed himself, believing that his teachings had led to this tragic fate. However, the Corps leaders reassured him that the sacrifices were not in vain. Thanks to the awakened warriors, humanity had a real chance of winning the war against demons. Despite the reassurance, Michikatsu faced his own dilemma. He was nearing his 25th birthday. Was this the end for him? Had he been following his brother's path, only to meet a premature death? Doubt and resentment festered in his heart. He started to distance himself, though he doubted Yoriichi even noticed his turmoil. There had to be another way. He refused to accept an early death after all the sacrifices he had made. His moon breathing was unique. Should he just surrender it to a successor? No, this was not how his story would end. Weeks passed, and the Demon Slayer Corps gained valuable intelligence on high-ranking demons. One by one, these powerful entities were hunted and executed. The Corps was closing in on their ultimate target, the elusive puppet master behind it all. The final battle was drawing near. One fateful day, Michikatsu received a message from his raven. A powerful demonic aura had been detected in a nearby village. Without hesitation, he followed the trail. As he approached the village, an unsettling atmosphere surrounded him. The air felt thick, suffocating. Blood pooled in the alleys like a river, and the villagers knelt lifelessly, their eyes void of hope. It was a massacre. Gripping the hilt of his sword, Michikatsu braced himself. A formidable enemy lurked nearby. Then he heard it. Screams from the rooftops. He rushed forward and leapt onto a rooftop, where he was met with a sight that sent chills down his spine. A shadowy figure sat leisurely, drinking the blood of a villager. As Michikatsu's eyes adjusted, dread gripped his heart. He knew who this was. Muzan Kibutsuji. The Demon King gazed at him with cat-like pink irises, exuding an aura of dominance and malice. Instead of attacking, Muzan greeted him casually, his voice smooth and composed. He spoke of his amusement at the Demon Slayer's efforts, impressed by their evolving techniques. He was unbothered by the loss of his subordinates, claiming he could create as many demons as he pleased, stronger than ever before. Michikatsu's breath hitched. Something about Muzan's presence felt eerily familiar. It was the opposite of Yoriichi. His brother embodied purity and unwavering strength, while Muzan was darkness incarnate. They were two sides of the same coin, destined to orbit each other, yet never truly meet. Muzan saw the hesitation in Michikatsu's expression. He spoke of the Demon Slayer Mark's curse, offering him a way out. Why waste your talent? I can give you unlimited time, unparalleled power, and absolute freedom to perfect your technique. Become my most trusted warrior, and I will make you stronger than even the most powerful swordsman on earth. A storm raged within Michikatsu. He had sacrificed everything, yet he would die before reaching his true potential. If he couldn't surpass Yoriichi as a human, perhaps he would as a demon. And so, he knelt before Muzan, forsaking his humanity. The transformation was agony, every fiber of his being burning as his body reshaped itself. When he opened his eyes, he was reborn. Kokushibo had risen,